much? 1,005.
1,005 no good. 2,000.
No. 1,005.
Bring out some of your food and take it.
"20 Disturbing Truths About Beasts of NoNation," 2015, most people miss. Before we begin, understand this clearly. Beasts of NoNation is not about war, it's about what war steals before it ever kills. This film isn't interested in battles, it's interested in what happens when a child is forced to stop being a child. This is a story about obedience replacing innocence, about power disguised as protection, and about violence taught as survival. Let's begin. Truth 1. The film erases geography to make you uncomfortable. You're never told where this story takes place. No country, no map, no timeline, because the film isn't accusing a nation, it's accusing a pattern. Anywhere children carry weapons, this story already exists. Truth 2. Agu is not a symbol of hope. Agu doesn't represent resilience, he represents adaptation, and adaptation in war is dangerous. He survives by changing into someone he doesn't recognize anymore. That's not victory, that's cost. Truth 3. This film shows how morality is slowly deleted. No one forces Agu to become violent overnight. Instead, each step feels necessary. First survival, then obedience, then acceptance, then participation. The scariest part? Every step makes sense at the time. Truth 4. The commander doesn't rule through fear alone. Fear breaks people, but affection binds them. The commander praises, he protects, he listens, then he commands. This emotional control is stronger than any weapon. That's how children stay loyal. Truth 5. Violence is treated like routine, not drama. There's no heroic framing, no exciting music. Killing happens the way chores happen, quick, messy, emotionless. Because once violence becomes routine, it stops feeling like violence. Truth 6. The film is really about reprogramming. Children aren't trained to hate enemies. They're trained to stop thinking. Questions disappear. Doubt becomes dangerous. Obedience becomes safety. That's how soldiers are manufactured. Truth 7. Abu loses language before he loses humanity. At first, Agu speaks like a child. Later, his words shrink. Commands replace sentences. Silence replaces emotion. War doesn't just change actions, it changes speech. Truth 8. The jungle isn't freedom, it's erasure. The jungle hides everything. No witnesses, no accountability, no consequences. That's why children disappear there, not by accident, by design. Truth 9. Hatred is not the engine of this war. Fear is, obedience is, survival is. Hatred comes after the damage is done. Truth 10. War gives children structure when society fails. Songs, chants, rules, punishments. These replace school. Children don't stop needing order. They just receive a violent version of it. Truth 11. Affection is used as a weapon. The commander comforts Agu, then tests him, then rewards him, then demands more. Love becomes conditional, and conditional love is control. Truth 12. There are no clear enemies because children don't need them. Politics don't matter to Agu. Borders don't matter. Only commands do. The film shows war from the ground level, where ideology doesn't reach. Truth 13. Agu's narration feels broken for a reason. His thoughts don't flow cleanly. They interrupt, they loop, they fragment. That's how trauma speaks, not in paragraphs, in flashes. Truth 14. Masculinity is redefined through violence. Strength becomes cruelty. Emotion becomes weakness. Mercy becomes betrayal. Boys learn fast, or they disappear. Truth 15. Healing is shown as awkward, not inspiring. There's no inspirational recovery arc because trauma doesn't resolve itself neatly. It lingers, it resists language, it refuses closure. Truth 16. The film never asks for your sympathy, it asks for your attention. Sympathy would be easy, understanding is harder. Truth 17. Beasts are made, not born. No one starts as a monster. Monsters are trained, fed, praised, rewarded until violence feels normal. Truth 18. The film is difficult because it's honest. Many viewers call it unbearable. That discomfort is the message. If it were easier to watch, it would be lying. Truth 19. Agu is both wounded and responsible. The film refuses moral comfort. Agu is harmed and he harms. Both truths exist together. That's war. Truth 20. The real loss is not lives, it's childhood. Children don't just lose safety, they lose trust, identity, the right to grow slowly, and that loss doesn't end when the war does. Beasts of No Nation is not an African story. It's a human failure story. It doesn't shout, it doesn't explain, it observes, and that makes it devastating. If this film left you unsettled, it should have, because childhood and war should never coexist. Subscribe for long-form film documentaries exploring trauma, power, obedience, and the silent damage hidden behind famous cinema. Because the hardest stories aren't about battles, they're about what children are forced to become.